Howdy peoples. This is my first game with Saucy for a long time. He has played a lot of games. So, headlining Middle Eastern scoring is the most attractive option here, because containment's not so sweet with a scoring card to play and a 4-op card already. I'm not going to get 5 ops benefit from containment. The other option is defecting, but Middle East scoring really only suffers when I get hit with NASA. Although, of course, we know that Saucy is prone to headlining decal, so I could outthink the guy. Who knows? So let's open 4-4-2. Unless we're going to do defectors and then it's 4-3-3. What do we think? Do we think he'll do decal? Even if he does do decal, I can push into France before he can. What am I really worried about? Decal and Vietnam revolts. Purge is gross, but I can survive. Let's open 4-4-2 and drop Middle Eastern scoring. Let's not overthink turn 1 headline. So let's load my hand up, because I do track. I don't know if it helps me, but it doesn't make me any dumber. I've actually got a very generous hand to start. No USSR cards. Could be a lot worse. Excuse me while I flit between tabs. So let's headline Middle Eastern scoring. And let's see what he opens with. Ah, he'll get to put something in Asia. Which is a wee bit of a bummer. I would expect him to play into India if he's holding Indo-Pakistani war. Because otherwise we just start a coup war in whichever place he drops his op. So let's see what comes of it. And let's see if I can finally beat the bugger, since he's absolutely had me over a barrel several games. I think some of my early ones here were recorded and put on YouTube. I mean by here. Were against Saucy. Oh yeah, so preface as well. This is not the Reddit Twilight Struggle League. This is ITSL, the international one, which BasqueMex has broken his back organising. Presuming BasqueMex's gender there, I hope that's fine. It's gone for Thailand, interesting. And then going for ops. Very clever. So, that's 3. So we will respond by... I mean, if he just wants a straight ops war in Asia, we can keep pressing country count. What's another option? 1, 2, and 2 in there. So now he has to coup, right? Because that's 4-3, yeah. Although, that's spending 4 ops. Whereas if I just straight coup Lao, that is more attractive. Superb. Well, it's nice to get the China card at least. Beggars can't be choosers and all that. I expect he'll play into Laos and Vietnam this time. But I suppose, I don't know. Yeah. If all he's doing is playing influence, I get Milops. I have to watch out for France next turn. Let's see what he does. De Gaulle goes. And he plays into Malaysia and South Korea. Slightly more savvy. So that's... So, right, let's maybe force him to coup. Because playing into South Korea is not going to do enough, but then it only takes 3 ops to play into Laos, Vietnam. But then I get a cheap coup target. We may end up just trading coups on Indonesia. Yep. That was lousy, and now I know France is relatively safe for turn 2. So I'll coup back. Need to hold containment for blockade. So he's got all of his cards and I've got all of mine. Indonesia clears out. So we use UN intervention to pop 1 in. Oh no, duh! That leaves us level. Whew. So drop Asia scoring for a negligible score. Splendid. Okay, that went well for me and badly for him. He does get off to space first. Although, I don't know, I personally would play US-Japan at this point. So I need to hold. Okay, I'm going to pop 1 into Panama. And if he blockades me, I use defectors. If he doesn't, I still probably play containment and then defect the headline in case it's socialist governments. So we're going to pop 1 in Canada, eh? So I'll use containment to take France and then defect socialist government's headline to make Italy a very hard coup target, because obviously I'd be keen to get domination in. Okay, I feel like he should have used that to tap West Germany. I don't know why he's threatening Asia so much with it out. And I can give up a VP here. Yeah, I'm fine with that. I mean, obviously he's setting up Asia for later. I'm not saying he's an idiot. So defecting the headline is probably attractive, even though I've got socialist governments in hand. Yes. I've got decoy, which I would try to hold, obviously, and I've got the China card. I can do it even if he blockades me. Another good reason to defect is in case he gets sassy with Purge. But there's a fighting chance he's got 5-year plan in Europe scoring. East European unrest, NORAD, Truman. I've got socialist governments in Arab Israeli and decal. What's my last Comic-Con? Yeah. Okay, so defectors is the most attractive headline here. He may be a genius and have me 50-50 for defectors and play Europe scoring into it. Another option is Eastern European unrest, because I then lose some of his influence in case he wants to do something sassy with D-Style. But DEFCON's high, yeah, so CIA is not a problem at the moment, regardless. East European unrest or defectors are the top two, really. East European covers Europe. What's the worst headline he can play on me? Purge. I'm going to defect and keep my 3 ops. Ah, he got me! Well done, him. Sassy. Hopefully won't cost me. Getting purged will, of course. So I anticipate a bit of cooing and counter-cooing on Iran just for access. If he coups here, I'm okay with it because I get the last one. Sadly, not in Iran. So I will coup Iraq with EU. Hope for a big one. And I miss. So at least I get my mill ops. He ditches CIA now, potentially. Which wouldn't be awful for him. If he plays the op first, I use it to walk into Colombia to get Venezuela. So he may take Iran here. Yep. Oh no, he just presses. We will use Comic-Con to take Pakistan for access and begin to press back into Iran. So I have to hold socialist governments against blockade. If I get a tempo advantage, I'll space Arab-Israeli war, just to try and get Nasser on the board. Obviously, Asia is a problem, but it's definitely a problem for later. Where's Vietnam revolts going? Both into Iraq. So we will put 1 into Iran and 2 into Egypt, so that if he Nassers me, I can still at least press into Libya. Mind if he does Nasser me, I don't have the ops to go into Libya now. To take Libya. He's nice and ops rich this turn. Alright, since I'm non-compete, I will space Arab-Israeli at this point. And I do get off to space, which is a bonus. a tap. Nicely done. So the question is, do I play the China card? I will not play the China card, because I'm also unlikely to compete on Asia. I just want to deny domination. But that means he can push into India. Although if I get Indo-Pakistani war, that's very attractive to me. So does he blockade me? No, he gets CIA off. He's got Indo-Pakistani war. So now I want to play into India. Well done him having Indo-Pakistani war. But now I can take India and Burma with the China card. And both are 6s, which I'm willing to let him hit. So, I get NASA blockade purge. And Marshall Plan. And then I get the reshuffle. So, Marshall Plan, NASA, blockade, purge. So he gets 5-year, Olympic, Nazi, D-style, boo, and Romanian abdication. That's a bummer, dude. That's a bummer. So what are my options? Europe's looking alright, because I've got socialist governments, although de Gaulle's a risk. I either purge him or what? Blockade socialist governments. Yeah? So I guess it's got to be a purge. He's going for his 1 in 6. It whiffs. Oh, what a coup. So we will take Angola. No, we're going to have to use Marshall Plan here. So I'm thinking 1 and take Algeria and put 1 in Libya. So what's the situation? I'm going to be going into mid-war fairly close to even. We're going to start by doing the hopeful realignment thing. Starting with Venezuela. No joy. At least he's purged, so he's going to have a hard time racking up the influence quickly. Nicely done. Truman's gone. We will keep realigning at -1. While -2 is a no-no. -1, why not? And what's AR 456? Blockade. Yeah, so that's now a no-no. So we'll now try Panama. Splendid. He gets off to space again. I will space decol. And I whiff 2. And then NASA I will take Libya with. So will he event capture Nazi? No, he's using the China card. Okay. He is free with his China card today. Okay, I'm not super content, but moderately satisfied with how that went. Grain sales is the gimme headline. Try and get Asia scoring off before domination. Nuclear subs is attractive too in a way, but that might be for another turn. Grain sales to shorten the hand is a must, really. But let's load it in. Mid-war. I've got grain, Fidel, Arab, Israeli, and Allende. How many were reds? Portuguese Empire. Then neutrals. Summit. How I learned. Asia. And then the blues, nuclear subs. That makes 9. Fine. Yeah, grain sales is the obvious headline. A lot of candidates for spacing, unfortunately. Portuguese Empire, Fidel, potentially Arab Israeli. But Fidel's the one I really want to ditch. Happy to return Central America scoring. And do I take a coup on Brazil, where I need 6? But how else am I going to get into with nuclear subs, I suppose? I'm going to be daring and take Zaire. And this way he has liberation theology. But I'll play into Mexico. Oh, well ditched. Get that off at 0. If he drops Europe scoring, I'll be... No, he would have dropped Europe scoring before Central America, because domination's better than me just wandering into Mexico. So next job is definitely retaking West Germany. Fine. So at this point, giving him Allende doesn't make a scrap of difference. Ooh, there's 2 ops in West Germany. Wonder when he did that. With Cuban? Oh yeah, brilliant. Okay, well, we'll spend 2 ops on that then. He's got 5-year plans still in his hand. So you can choose when and what to release. If he's got Africa scoring, bully for him. Well, there we go. That's inevitable. Let's get off. Mid-war going off to space early is bad because of one small step, isn't it? But let's take the chance because I'm not sure where else I'm going with this. And I really want a space Portuguese Empire as well. So let's hope he doesn't have one small step. No, he just wants to go off to space as well. And he whiffs, which is great. That's very good for me. Unlucky for him. What was it? Lads. Yeah, God. Spacing a neutral to try and stop me spacing too. Okey-doke. He's still in the one small step risk zone. I have to hold Arab-Israeli war, I believe. Well, I need to headline nuclear subs. So let's take the risk with Arab-Israeli. Oh, no, it gives him Milops. No, I want to hold Arab-Israeli war, for sure. Alright, we're going to overprotect Angola. Well, he may have got CIA, but at least I've got he's got lone gunman. Southeast Asia scoring's looking a little ropey. That's life. Gosh, where are we going to pop that? Alright, we're going to take South Africa as well. And AR7, we're going to drop Summit into Sudan. Is he going to ditch 5-year plan? And if he is, what's he going to ditch? Sadat? Doesn't make a lot of difference. He's going to UN intervention it. Okay. Oh no, he's got... Oh. Fine. Okay, so we're going to use Summit, one into Sudan. He's holding 5-year plan to try and do something crafty with Africa scoring. Although, I suppose one into Saharan states is quite attractive, because then it also offers the rear line on Angola after taking Nigeria, and it's not Muslim revolutionable. Alright, South America is a bit of a disaster, but at least I get junta. Junta seems like the obvious headline here. Lots more blue cards again, that's nice. Revolution, which is my space option, really. But junta it is. He's going for overpowered ops. We're going to put 2 into Venezuela to avoid being completely realigned out of everything. And we're going to take a Hail Mary coup on it. Looking for a 5 or a 6. Pow! I can, to some extent, live with that. Because all I'm handing is one battleground. question is where else I want to go with my ops. I'm going to shore up France because obviously de Gaulle and Suez are still problems, and Europe scoring's still out. And I can go China card, Cultural Revolution, Nixon to take it back, which is good. So I've got some more options there. But if I'm going to spend 3 ops, we can use Che and get it out of the way first. So he's going to coup on Costa Rica, and I plan to take Panama anyway. Of course, it's a 4-op coup for him, because he's under Brezhnev. So it succeeds big style. And if I put one in there, it forces him to take Nigeria and not get up to any funny business. I'm still relatively content with that, because I'll get a chance for mill-ops later in the term. And this forces him to not do any funny realignment business. So he's moving into the world of overprotecting. I can use this knowing I hold Arab-Israeli war, and I can event Camp David Accords, can't I? Forgot about that. We're going to use the China card now, and then Cultural Revolution, and then Nixon it back. If I get a tempo chance. Well, well, well. Okay, I can live with that, because obviously Cuba's not a threat. Alright, we're gonna do that. Get out of the deck. What else to do? We'll pop another 2 in Egypt for Camp David to event. That's probably a waste of time if he's got Sadat. But I'm fine with him. I'm fine with him inventing liberation theology, because the more he invents, the less benefit he gets from Brezhnev. But inventing Camp David means I can then play Arab-Israeli war, which actually means I'm not spacing this turn. There's Sadat. Fair enough. These things happen. What does he do with the ops? He goes to Libya. So let's take that. And we'll go for domination. And overprotect France. I mean, he's still holding 5-year plan. But now he's got to decide what to use it on, Africa, Middle East, or Europe. So at least I'm leaving him difficult decisions. So I'm fine with that. And I event Camp David, because he still opts poor, and it allows Arab-Israeli war to cease to be usable. He spaces VOA. Very wise. He succeeds. I'm also not getting off to space this turn, but I'll finish taking Egypt, Israel with Arab-Israeli war. Where's attractive? 2 in Argentina, so at least make life difficult. So, do I want Milops? I do, because I can't challenge. But then I don't get the China card back. I think I want to take the China card back. I think that's worth 2 VP, especially with Isuri being problematic. So I'm going to give up the 2 VP. Right, so Duck and Cover is not playable because of the risk of We Will Bury You, which makes Containment the best headline by quite a long way. Arms race, which I'm not going to be able to use for the points. So I think Containment. Southeast Asia is not going to get a ton worse. Yeah, I don't fancy We Will Bury You. However juicy he wants a coup to be. Yeah, we'll go Containment. I'm going to get several ops bonus out of that. I don't have a lot to event. He's going to go for the first coup to soften up somewhere. Venezuela seems obvious for control, and he'll get 2 cracks at it. He's probably holding Middle East scoring to go there. Yeah. And he surrenders it, which means I get a coup, which is lovely. So with my stupendous ops bonus, we're going to take a big coup. And we're going to take it on Brazil for adjacency. Not quite good enough. I was worried about Argentina. If he plays into Uruguay, we'll start a coup war, because then I can threaten to realign on Brazil. Okay, NATO's not in power, NORAD's not in power. We put another one in France to continue shoring up. I'm going to... Spacing doesn't matter too much this turn at the moment. So drop Southeast Asia scoring for -3. Ah, well done. Double threat. I'm now going to coup, and he can drop South America scoring for domination, but then I get arms rest. Arms rest. I need an arm rest. Yeah, arms race helps offset that. But it's a savvy play. But it's net 2 VP, which I can live with, given how bad South America was earlier on, and Colombia helps me against brush war. I still want to event John Paul. Well, NORAD's in, so I do want to drop one in. He's going to coup back. We are going to start a coup war, which I'm going to win with arms race. Now I'm not getting the VP. So I want to put a pip in Canada, even if he quagmires me in a minute. He spaces colonial rearguards off and headline peak, so I do need to space in response. I succeed, no peaking. That's going to be a bit brutal for him. Do I give up on Thailand? No, I've got to get in there somehow. Cool. And I'm going to use Vietnam revolts to take Taiwan to avoid a domination situation. And he's finally going to 5-year plan something? At last. It had to happen. Africa's still in the deck, so that's fine in principle for now. What does he do with the ops? Levels up the Middle East. Right, we're going to coup on Uruguay to finish the round because of South America scoring coming in and realigning potential. Brush wall's still a problem, but that's fine for now. I did not get my op into Canada A, so that's a bummer, but I did at least pull Africa scoring. A lot of red cards this time. Quagmire will be going off to space at some point. He got Brush War. This is a problem for me. If I headline Africa scoring, he can't do a lot with it. Got that wrong, but oh, for such cack-handed alacrity tracking cards. So he's got Flower Power, We Will Bury You, and Muslim Rev. He is ops rich. And salt negotiations, right? Maybe we've not had a reshuffle. Have I been paying attention? No, there's still 4 in the draw pile. No reshuffle yet. I did get Suez as well. So I got all the French risk cards, which is nice. So I can't presume what he has. Panama's gone. Oh, I don't know. I've not been tracking very well. That's another thing I've failed to do. What do you think? If he's got Brush, or he might 50-50 on Venezuela if he is holding South America scoring. I'm inclined to headline Africa scoring and distract him and get it out my hand. Yep. Yeah, so he's going Brush War. Can I get him to look the other way? Can I get him to blink? No, because I still get Africa Dom. So Venezuela, here it comes. Maybe even Italy, but he has just dropped Europe scoring again. OPEC's currently worth 3 VP, which is right at the threshold of acceptability for me. But then I have to have a plan for what else I'm spacing, and Quagmire has to come first. It's got to be Venezuela at 50-50. Here it comes. He misses. I get lucky. Again. So he may coup on Venezuela now. He's got to live in hope and die in despair, as my grandma always said. Here it comes. Ah, Panama instead. Fine. 1 VP. I will use U2 incident to retake Panama. Although there's a key question as to whether I want to leave it open and threaten a realign on Brazil from Uruguay. So do I instead want to do that, knowing South America scoring still to come out? I do, because if he doesn't realign, I get a decent crack at Brazil. Okay, so he's likely to coup on Uruguay, yeah. That's unfortunate for him. Let's use OPEC. And tap it for a VP. Make him take another coup. I'm running out of clean ops. However, he's going to keep cooing on Uruguay. That seals that deal. Let's focus on other things, shall we? We'll use Korean War. What the hey? Let's retake Panama and start threatening Libya. Fingers crossed for a low roll. Good. Hand him no VPs. I get to see what else is in the draw pile, and there'll be a reshuffle as a result. Unlucky bro. So we'll keep NATO defectors and independent Reds in, shall we? Or do we ditch NATO because Marshall... We ditch NATO because it's 4 clean ops for him. And independent Reds is kind of worthless. He'll take Libya. Oh no, he taps Iran. Fine. Okay, so... Puppet governments is now largely worthless. Man, I still need to get off to space. Suez I can more or less neutralise. Quagmire to space, I guess De Gaulle to hold then. I know we've now had the reshuffle. He gets Bear Trap off first. And succeeds. So let's get Quagmire off in riposte. And I miss. If he plays Arsenal now, I'll drop Suez and De Gaulle. Because I'll have enough scoring card space. Oh, that's a bonus. Let's get De Gaulle out the deck. And trigger NORAD. Yes, of course. That was silly of me. Well done, him. Let's event John Paul and start to put Europe under a bit of pressure. And yes, I give up some more Milops again. Welcome to late war. It may depend what comes up. So what do we got? I got the reformer to space. I can purge him again. Marshall Plan's nice. Nuclear subs is an option. What am I worried about? Middle Eastern war games, really. But let's purge him. What the hell, yeah? Yeah, let's purge him. Okay, so he's going to try and cause some trouble in Central America. But that's now at 1 op value. So it fails, and he needs to find a few ops to put in there. Oof. That's ropey. So let's space the reformer off. Yeah, because Warsaw Pact's not been yet. Oh boy, War Games is in play now. Or at least it's coming into sharp focus. He is presumably worried about Africa. So let's give him a couple of things to think about. What are we thinking? We want to threaten that even if there's a risk later on of... That's fine. I don't know if that was ideal, but let's go with it. I do want to use Indo-Pakistani War for the mill ops on India. Oh, good, Africa scoring goes. So War Games is no longer a risk. But let's get our mill ops on India. Oh well. So now it's about final scoring. I can't play into Cuba before Ortega. Okay, so he's going for a raw... Oh no. Okay, well he gets his VP, well done. Not bad. Right, let's start overprotecting in anticipation of Suez. Ooh, I don't know if any of this is any good, but let's run with it. One VP for one op, I can live with that. Right, let's event Suez. Yeah, I don't have much of a choice. Let's event Suez first, see what he does. Oh, I was worried about domination, but I'm holding Canada as well as the UK, so it's not so bad. I was, yes, glamorously overthinking there. So that's fine, that's fairly straightforward. Let's pop another one in Poland and keep pressing that. Obviously, Warsaw Pact still an issue, yada yada. So the major issue now is final scoring. We're going to ditch both of these and hope not for 2 scoring cards. Tear down this wall is good for next headline, but Iranian hostage crisis is gross for terrorism. So let's play tear down this wall and make his life trickier. What are the odds on this? High. Oh, I love this card. Okay. Second time wasn't so gross. I get Aldrich, so I can use that to ditch Decol, Space Iranian Hostage, Chernobyl, Europe. Seems like the headline. Because then he's just hoping for Warsaw Pact. We are going to do that. So I still fear war games. Okay, control of Central America means nothing if I can control Europe, so. And that's already scored, so I'm fine with that. I'm trying to dodge Warsaw Pact, basically. And the Reformer's gone as well. I really don't like his chances. Especially with NORAD to come. Basically, Warsaw Pact's the card to dodge. Yeah, Warsaw Pact and War Games, of course. If he gets Middle East scoring. That's unfortunate for him as well. Oh. Apologies for me farting around with you having to watch. I am not discarding. He can just go crazy in South America. I'm going to space off Iranian hostage, hope for a VP. Get one, that might come in handy. I also need to make a coup at some point for Milops. I can use one op to repair whatever he does here with Marine Barracks, and then I just push here. AWACS is nice. Event and repair, I guess. Yeah. Right, I'm okay for head count in Asia. I took Indonesia just to be on the safe side. Yes, he gets point for adjacency. Chances are VP's not likely to swing it now. Really only Warsaw Pact and War Games are. And I'll use Marine Barracks bombing here and put the other op back into Algeria. I assume he'll take... Oh no, of course he can take both out of Israel. God, I'm such an appalling counter at the moment. You know what? Another VP here or there is not going to make a lot of difference. I'm going to keep pressing in Europe. don't know. This'll do for now. Aldrich to Poland. Overprotect. France again, I guess. Socialist governments is still a bit of an issue. Let's see what he chucks. VOA, very nice. Let's see if I get dealt Europe. I do not. So do we headline the Iron Lady to avoid a socialist government's headline? Do we Eastern European unrest? Yeah, let's Eastern European unrest just to make the overprotect in Europe even more solid. So let's avoid Warsaw Pact, and let's avoid war games. If we can do both of those things. Shuttle dips in, so am I going to be able to... I'm unlikely to be able to do anything in the Middle East to affect scoring there. But if I can take Japan, I then get Asia scoring for domination. So that's a good reason to use the China card in turn 10, isn't it? Because I'll be 3-2, yeah. Okay. So I should press to do that. Avoid Warsaw Pact. And I win in final anyway with Europe control. And if I can get Dom, I don't need to worry about war games, but then I might need to worry about final scoring. Pershing. Okay. So if he's holding Europe scoring here, he can deny me control because I won't have a non-battleground, right? Is that how control works? It's been so long. Let's see. Influence. Oh no, wait. Control filled up. Control filled up as soon as I had control, right? Yeah. So let's just use 3 ops for now. And now let's overprotect. Oh, brilliant. I don't even need to press on. I don't need to press on Japan now. Unless he puts 4-ups into there, but it seems a bit silly. So Asia scoring, Middle East scoring, protect Europe at all costs. Probably there goes your ball game. Nice sassy Warsaw Pact makes a difference here. I now, of course, want to hold on to the China card. Fine. Let's drop Asia scoring. Basically, his only sneaky sass is playing Warsaw Pact, AL 6 or 7, and being like, psych, Europe's not yours after all. So let's see if that day comes. And if it does, well done him, you sneaky so-and-so. If he was thinking this hard, he probably doesn't have Warsaw Pact, but, you know, I thought he wouldn't headline Europe scoring in turn 3, so I don't know a lot. Oh! So he salts the Reformer, which I can respond to. But I'll overprotect anyway. I will overprotect in... That's overprotected. I'm being stupid. 2 in each. So 5-2, 13-9, 8-5. It's only Poland he can affect. In which case, let's see. Do I get domination in Africa? Yeah. And then Portuguese Empire comes in and I lose it? No, I keep it. Okay. So if he... Let's see what happens. Was Warsaw Pact in the reshuffle? Yeah, he wasn't completely dense. Oh well. Chernobyl hopefully came along at the right time there. It's not often you say that about Chernobyl. I'll keep the China card as well. Okay, well, that at least draws a bit of blood back my way from Saucy. And thank you for watching. I'll log off now. Obviously, comments welcome. Thanks a lot for watching. Let me know what I could have done differently, because I'm sure there was a plethora of things. Alright, till next time. Thank you.